What's up, everybody? It's Cam Tendo, and today we're going to talk about customization in Pokemon because this is something I really want to talk about because it's something that's been kind of bothering me for a hot minute now. But before we dive into it, let's talk about our comment of the day, who is Sempiternal Silence. I hope I pronounced that correctly. My favorite rival is In as well, because he's such a beautifully written character, and his character arc is just so good. I really enjoy that he managed to capture the legendary Pokemon and beat the league effectively, making him the champion. And when you go to the climax in In's castle, it's just so good and satisfying to see his growth. And I agree, In is probably one of my favorite rivals in the series. Some people may not consider him a rival, but me personally, I think he's a amazing rival, beautifully written. His comeback in Black and White 2 was really good. Just his development overall and having him see the truth is just really amazing. So for our comment of the day this time, it's going to be, what is your favorite legendary battle theme? Don't get me wrong, battle themes are something I really enjoy. And I figured I would do legendaries now, so I can do the others later as a comment of the day because these kind of get hard to come up with. But yeah, what is your favorite legendary battle theme? Personally, I really like the Gen 5 default legendary theme. I like that the tempo increases and decreases. Still to this day, we don't have that many themes that do this. When I first heard the Spectre and Glacier theme, I thought they would kind of be like that, but it's kind of more or less like a horse galloping and it just starts in speeds and you get the point. I really like themes that change tempos a lot. But yeah, what's your favorite legendary battle theme? And again, I will choose one to be our next comment of the day. So let's move on with the video. So customization was a concept that was introduced in Pokemon X and Y back in 2013, and it was originally only supposed to exist in Pokemon X and Y because, again, that entire region's gimmick was fashion. And this was revolutionary at the time because we had never had this freedom with our characters. We were always locked to a default choice, boy or girl. Couldn't choose skin color, couldn't choose hair color, eye color, none of that. We were just stuck with the default character, and that was all there was to it. And this in itself was a really cool thing for us because I'm Black. I get to finally be a Black character. I get to finally change my hair color, all this stuff. I get to feel like I actually exist in the world of Pokemon. And that in itself was a revolutionary thing back in 2013. So this was really cool. But this kind of introduced a tiny bit of problems back in 2013. I don't know if a lot of people haven't played X and Y. A lot of people have. I mean, I don't know why you haven't unless you couldn't, Anyways, Pokemon X and Y, you couldn't take off your hat. That feature wasn't introduced until Sun and Moon back in 2016. Couldn't take off your hat. You had to have a backpack with you, which to me that didn't really, bother me all that much. Females have more options than males did. They still do to this day. I don't get it. They have more hair options. They have all this cool stuff. There was like an item that only females can get. I don't remember what it was, but females just had more fun and they just made males limited, and they still do because they believe that guys don't care about how they look, I guess. Even in Sun and Moon, it was weird. So yeah, customization was a concept that existed back then and still does now, and it's most likely going to return in Scarlet and Violet, which that's the purpose of this video. I want to go over things that I want to see and things I want them to keep and things I want them to improve on. First thing I want to see, and this is kind of a very niche thing, if anybody has ever played Pokemon Sun and Moon, there is this thing called battle styles, and what battle styles were this mechanic where you can change the way your trainer throws out the Pokeball. I'm going to put some gameplay of it on screen, but you can actually change the way the opponent threw out the not the opponent, but you as a character, the way you threw out the Pokeball. You can do like a Gladion pose, a Howl pose, you can do like an excited pose, just different poses, and it made your character, your lifeless Sun and Moon character of all characters, it made them feel more alive because they had more personality. And when you enter the Wi-Fi battle, you could do a different pose and throw out the Pokeball, and it was super exciting. And when I did double battles with my friend, we both had different battle styles. We felt unique and different. We both weren't just a static throw animation. And to this day, I still don't know why they didn't return in Sword and Shield because that was such a cool mechanic and they really should have kept that. But every step forward is 2 steps back. So I really want battle styles to return. That's just something I feel like would make our characters feel way more unique. I know they gave us the option to change our eye colors and stuff in Sword and Shield. I don't know if that existed in Sun and Moon, but that was really cool too. Another thing I want them to add is a skin wheel to our trainer upon a creation screen. I don't know why Game Freak believes that there are only 4 skin colors or 3 skin colors that exist in the entire world, but that's not it. Honestly, a skin wheel would give us more freedom. I'm not that Black and I'm not that light skinned. I'm somewhere in the fine line in between. Let's get that clear. People aren't just two different skin colors. There are different tones of all these things, and they believe that we only have to choose between these 4 options. I don't get that. Like, yeah, I guess that's nah, it's not okay. Again, I'm not asking for something crazy like a hair color wheel. I don't want to wake up with like green hair. That would be really cool if they added that. That would completely, we wouldn't have more freedom for our characters then. I can look like an actual anime character, but I really don't care much for that. I just want like a skin wheel because I'm a person of color, but I'm not these 2 colors, if that makes any sense. Just like how I have some friends that aren't like that white. like the only white options are just super pale, like vampire pale, and just default, and people aren't those 2 skin colors. And I know they're more racist than just white and black, but what I'm trying to say is that we should have more options in terms of our skin tones. Like, it's not that hard to implement. It's just a skin wheel. And again, if they want to, they can go the extra mile and give us a eye color wheel or a hair color wheel. I just feel like this is like the most, personally to me, the most important thing. They should have honestly had this already. But yeah, skin wheel, please, Game Freak. It's ridiculous that this hasn't been a thing yet. It's been 3 generations and it seems like they're slowly adding this in. Another thing I want them to add is more options for the boy character. Like, come on, we're dudes. Yeah, build more stuff for us to wear. I remember this weird thing in Sun and Moon where they had like this Komodo outfit that the guys can wear, and I believe the girls got like a Lawrence's outfit. The Komodo outfit sucked. That was really, really awful. I hated that. It was the most expensive thing in the game too. Like, it was the most expensive clothing option. It looked ridiculous. I honestly despise that. And it's like that in Sun and Moon still. Not Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. It's like that in Sword and Shield still, where the girls have more options and more variety and more freedom, and the guys just don't have anything. And I honestly feel like it might be for the best, and this is just a me thing. My friend brought this up to me too, shout out to him. They should most likely just go to Animal Crossing route. I know that the whole are you a boy, are you a girl thing, but honestly, the thing about Animal Crossing is that you start off as just a blank slate and then you can be whatever you want. And I feel like that freedom is like a lot more than just the are you a boy, are you a girl? Pick between these 4 skin options, and then you can unlock the rest of the stuff after you beat like 3 gems. That seems really limited, and I really don't like this like at all. And I get it, customization is like such a minuscule thing amongst everything else I've talked about, like post game and evil teams and gym leaders and rivals and stuff like that. But I feel like this doesn't really affect the game, more or less how it affects us as a player, because we all want to look unique and different as we progress through this game. This is something I want them to just prevent from happening ever. If you guys don't know, in the Sun and Moon, because it was a tropical setting, we were only limited to tropical clothes. And my character, I hated the way he dressed because he just wore like the worst ever. Like, wow. I see that Scarlet and Violet, granted Spain isn't really all that tropical, only parts of it is. I really don't want our character to only be limited to tropical clothes just because we're in a tropical setting. Like, there are people that live in Hawaii that don't always dress tropical. Yeah, it might be super hot for them, but they don't all dress like they're surfer bros. Like, our characters in Sun and Moon were limited to this one specific style of clothing, which was just like t-shirts, muscle shirts, shorts. You could hardly wear pants. You just couldn't wear pants at all. It was like t-shirts, muscle shirts, shorts, sandals, really like just tropical attire for both females. And like, this is only for guys. Females can go out, they can wear dresses, skirts, they could do all this stuff, but the males were stuck to just islander attire, and that was so annoying to me. It was so annoying. So I want us to have more variety in our dress wear as guys and girls. Like, I don't want us to be limited to this specific line of fashion just because it's just the vibe of the game. Like, look at characters like Lily and Gladion. They were not dressed as islanders. You got characters like Nanu. You got characters like Moraine. These characters that they are islanders, but they aren't dressed like they're about, like they go to the beach 24/7, if you get that, my vibe with that. But yeah, I just don't want us to be limited based off the location we're in. They kind of fixed this in Sword and Shield, but then again, Sword and Shield was like an entire region of a bunch of combined countries, so there was really no tropical setting until the DLC, I guess. So I guess Sword and Shield really doesn't count. Granted, this is a completely open world game, and I really just want them to give us more options. My final thing that I want, and this is just more of a me thing, I want us to get more hair color options for guys, again, especially for people of color like me. Like, Game Freak, we are more than just dreadlocks in Legends Arceus. That is awful. My character, to this day, my character has the default haircut because everything else, even the stuff you get throughout the game, they suck to me. And I'm not gonna just like Adamant, I'm not gonna get the Volo haircut. I'm not doing that. My character is just wearing the default fall out of the sky time traveler default cut because that's the thing that relates to me in the game the most. I'm not trying to look like a Super Saiyan. I just want to look like me and go through the adventure as myself. So why can't I just get a haircut that's just representative of me? I had that same experience with Sword and Shield. My character kind of looked like Sosuke Aizen from Bleach. Anyways, I want us to get more haircuts, and this isn't just for me as a black man. I want there to be haircuts for multiple varieties of people. Oh wait, I take that back. There is one more thing I want, and this is something that I see a lot of people talk about, and something that they sort of gave us in the Sword and Shield DLC. I want us to get legacy clothing. Now, Kim Tendo, what is legacy clothing? I want us to have the option to buy clothing of previous characters throughout the series. I want to be able to dress like Hilbert and Nate and Brendan and, well, not really Brendan, but Lucas and Ethan or Gold or Red or Callum or Elio. Like, I want us to be able to dress as previous pro tags. And for the female options, I want to be Rosa, Hilda, Dawn, May. I want to be able to dress like previous characters. It doesn't even have to be pro tags. I want to dress like In. I want to dress like Gladion. I want to dress like Hop and stuff like that. I want to have these clothings because even other games have this option where you can get clothing from previous characters in the game. Like we got this in the Sword and Shield DLC where you can get like the Getz's visor and stuff like that, where you can get like previous stuff from antagonists. But personally, I just want the option to wear previous clothing. We even have people trying to replicate that exact same clothing in games like X and Y, where people get like hats and they try to make their character themed around a character. Why should we theme it around a character when they can just give us the option of said characters? I feel like that should be a thing that we should be able to do. Like, it's not that difficult. I want to wear legacy clothing of previous characters in the series. I want to dress like Red. I want to be, again, Hilbert and Hilda and stuff like that. I want to be just all these different things. And I feel like these characters, our pro tags this time around, have the blandest default clothing ever compared to like Sword and Shield, Ultra Sun and Moon. Because besides the Scarlet and Violet main protagonist, the worst character clothing in my opinion was Sun and Moon. Base Sun and Moon have the worst pro tag designs ever. And now they are leagues above that of the Scarlet and Violet pro tags. And I don't care for in school, those outfits are awful. That's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to talk about this and kind of just ramble about this because, again, this is something that's been on my mind. Customization is nowadays customization in video games, especially video games where you play as a blank default character, is so important to not only me but as the community that plays the game, because again, we all want to be in the game and be ourselves. So I feel like this was something really worth talking about. I can tell I was really passionate about this because the video was already looking to be 15 minutes at least before I trim things down. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Don't forget our question of the day: what is your favorite legendary battle theme? And I will see you guys in the next video. This is Cam Tendo signing out. See ya.
Ha 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 ha!